Have you ever wondered what leads to an aviation disaster? Today, we're diving into the tragic case of Seoul Líneas Aéreas Flight 5428. This incident teaches us vital lessons about flight safety. On September 28, 2006, Flight 5428 took off from Buenos Aires. It was on a routine flight to the city of Santa Rosa. Just 5 minutes into its flight, things took a devastating turn. The first step to understanding the crash is reviewing the flight details. Flight 5428 was a short-haul service operated by a L410 turbolit aircraft. The aircraft had a history of maintenance issues. Next, we look at the weather conditions that day. Reports indicated poor visibility and turbulent weather. Rain and wind were significant factors affecting the flight. As Flight 5428 tried to navigate through these challenges, it encountered problems. The pilots reported difficulties maintaining altitude. In the struggle, they lost control. It's crucial to recognize what happened during the descent. The plane ultimately crashed in a field, tragically claiming 17 lives. Investigators began to analyze the causes behind this disaster. Imagine the situation from the pilot's perspective. Faced with sudden complications, they needed to make critical decisions under pressure. This adds to the stress in an already challenging environment. Now, let's break down the investigation findings. Safety experts pointed to multiple factors: mechanical failure, weather conditions, and possible pilot error. Each of these elements played a role in the accident. The example of Flight 5428 highlights the importance of rigorous aircraft maintenance. Regular checks can prevent many potential failures. Understanding pilots' working conditions is equally important for ensuring safe flights. To summarize, on September 28, 2006, Flight 5428 faced dire challenges. Poor weather, mechanical issues, and human error contributed to the crash. These elements remind us of the importance of flight safety. Reflecting on such incidents urges us all to advocate for better safety measures. Learn more about aviation safety and how we can improve it together. If you found this video insightful, please like and share it. Subscribe for more aviation insights and keep flying safely. In the days following the crash, a thorough investigation unfolded, revealing deeper insights into the systemic issues plaguing the aviation sector. The review emphasized the need for enhanced training protocols for pilots, to ensure they are better equipped to handle emergencies in challenging conditions. As the investigation progressed, investigators uncovered a troubling pattern of overlooked maintenance records that had been inadequately addressed over the years. They discovered that many discrepancies had been dismissed during routine checks, raising serious questions about complacency within the operation of Flight 5428. The findings prompted industry leaders to call for reforms that would enforce stricter regulations around aircraft inspections and pilot training. Airlines began to recognize that investing in safety protocols not only preserves lives but also strengthens their reputations. This tragedy became a catalyst for change, fueling discussions about transparency and accountability within the aviation community. The aviation world united in a commitment to learn from Flight 5428, exploring ways to prevent similar disasters from occurring in the future. Education programs emerged, aimed at instilling a culture of safety among both new and experienced pilots, ensuring that lessons learned would never be forgotten. In the aftermath of Flight 5428, airlines worldwide began to re-evaluate their operational procedures, recognizing that neglect could lead to dire consequences. serious talks emerged around the necessity of creating an organizational culture that prioritized safety above all else. The shared commitment among industry stakeholders resulted in targeted workshops and seminars, focusing on scenario-based training for pilots, enhancing their decision-making skills under pressure. These initiatives not only aimed to reduce the likelihood of human error but also fostered a sense of community among pilots, technicians, and safety personnel. As this movement gained momentum, it sparked a transformation in how aviation safety standards were perceived and implemented. Organizations worked tirelessly to build frameworks that encouraged open dialogue about safety concerns, ensuring that every voice was heard and every experience valued. By cultivating this new approach, the hope was to create an enduring legacy from the tragedy of Flight 5428, one that championed a future of safer skies for all. Ultimately, the commitment to safer aviation practices stands as a testament to the resilience of the industry, ensuring that those lost are remembered through actions taken to prevent future accidents. In this renewed landscape of aviation safety, accountability became paramount. Airlines initiated regular audits to ensure compliance with updated regulations, leading to a wave of improvements. Additionally, the emphasis on mental health resources for pilots gained traction, recognizing that well-being plays a crucial role in decision-making during high-pressure situations. Collaborations emerged between airlines and regulatory bodies to establish a shared commitment to safety, setting a new standard for the industry. The lessons from Flight 5428 continue to resonate throughout the aviation world, reminding us all that safety cannot be taken for granted. Through unwavering dedication to reform, the industry honors the memory of those lost and strives for a future where tragedies like this are no longer a reality. The insights gained from the Flight 5428 investigation were profound, but they served as a powerful wake-up call to the entire aviation industry. The push for reform didn't just stop at improved maintenance and training, it extended into pilot health and well-being. As discussions deepened, many realized that ensuring mental fitness was as critical as technical competence when facing emergencies. As the dialogue around pilot health gained traction, airlines began to implement wellness programs aimed at supporting pilots in managing stress and fatigue. These initiatives encouraged open conversations about mental health, fostering an environment where seeking help was normalized. Instead of viewing these topics as weaknesses, they were reframed as integral components of safe flight operations. In the wake of these changes, the aviation industry witnessed a shift in culture, where safety was prioritized over profits. Airlines invested in employee training that emphasized teamwork and effective communication among crew members, recognizing these as vital factors for handling in-flight challenges. The emphasis on collaborative decision-making allowed pilots and co-pilots to support one another, reducing the likelihood of error under pressure. This robust approach to safety nurtured a sense of community, enhancing overall confidence in flying and addressing the once overlooked human factors that could lead to crises. As these safety measures became standardized, not only did they improve operational protocols, but they also restored public trust in air travel. However, the road to reform was not without its challenges. Resistance to changes in long-standing practices surfaced, often driven by concerns about costs and disruptions to established routines. Some airlines hesitated to fully embrace the recommended investments in safety measures, unsure of how these changes would impact their bottom line. Amid these debates, advocacy groups rallied, emphasizing the moral responsibility the industry held to its passengers and crew. They argued that true safety could never be compromised for profit, and public sentiment increasingly favored prioritizing lives over revenue. This advocacy led to a movement where transparency became a focal point. Stakeholders were urged to share their safety failures and successes openly, creating a shared knowledge bank for all. Gradually, As more airlines adopted these principles of accountability, a collective resolve began to form within the aviation world, motivated by the tragic lessons learned from Flight 5428. The commitment to transparency and accountability in the aviation sector blossomed from the aftermath of the Flight 5428 tragedy, ultimately reshaping industry standards and expectations. Airlines began to hold safety briefings more frequently, ensuring that every employee, from the ground crew to the cockpit, understood the critical role they played in maintaining safe operations. This concerted effort nurtured a culture where everyone felt empowered to report safety concerns without fear of reprisal. Workshops focused on practical scenario training, complemented by discussions led by experts who had first-hand experience in crisis situations. Pilots were encouraged to share personal stories related to their challenges, fostering a bond of understanding and solidarity among colleagues. This collective narrative emphasized the shared responsibility of all personnel involved in flight operations. As lessons from the past took root, the aviation industry collectively vowed to transform fear into a proactive approach to safety, ensuring that the legacy of Flight 5428 would never be forgotten. Through these ongoing efforts, the hope was to create a future of aviation that not only strived for perfection in technical operations but also prioritized the well-being of everyone in the sky. In this evolving landscape, new technologies emerged to support these safety initiatives, enhancing both aircraft systems and pilot training methodologies. Simulation programs became increasingly sophisticated, allowing pilots to practice various emergency scenarios in controlled environments. This advancement ensured that pilots could sharpen their skills and make informed decisions when real-life emergencies arose, reinforcing the importance of preparedness. Flight training schools incorporated this technology into their curricula, investing in state-of-the-art simulators to provide realistic experiences without jeopardizing safety. By embracing these innovations, the industry aimed to create a generation of pilots who not only excelled in technical skills but also possessed the confidence to thrive under pressure. As these educational enhancements took root, it became clear that the aviation community was working diligently to honor the memory of those lost in Flight 5428. The transformative efforts in aviation safety extended beyond mere compliance. They became a foundational aspect of the industry's identity. As airlines embraced these changes, an unwavering commitment to fostering a safe environment for passengers and crew emerged, ensuring that the lessons learned from Flight 5428 would resonate through generations. Gradually, the aviation landscape evolved, leaning into innovations that prioritized both safety and efficiency, effectively honoring those lives lost while paving the way for a more secure future in the skies. The industry transformed its narrative, reflecting a proactive approach to combating the potential for tragedies, and instilling a sense of hope for every flight taken, no matter the destination. The legacy of Flight 5428 embodies both tragedy and transformation, reminding us of the fundamental importance of safety in aviation. The industry's commitment to continuous improvement ensures that such a disaster will not be repeated, as it honors those whose lives were lost through unwavering dedication to preserving the integrity of flight. Only by learning from the past can we look forward to a future where all passengers can take to the skies with confidence and peace of mind, knowing their safety is the top priority. In addition to technological advancements, airlines recognized the importance of enhancing communication protocols between pilots and ground personnel. Implementing clearer channels for reporting issues created a robust feedback loop, enabling quicker responses to potential problems. This initiative also helped to break down silos, fostering collaboration across various departments. Such interconnectivity not only streamlined operations but also built a safety-first mindset, where every voice had value and contributing insights bolstered overall security measures. Pilots began to feel more supported, knowing their concerns would be heard and acted upon. By integrating these new communication strategies, airlines worked towards a safer and more resilient aviation framework. In addition to pioneering communication strategies, the aviation industry placed significant emphasis on cultivating leadership qualities among flight crews. Airlines initiated mentorship programs where experienced pilots collaborated with new recruits, fostering an environment of shared wisdom and knowledge. This collaborative approach ensured that the next generation of pilots not only learned technical skills but also the softer skills necessary for effective crisis management. Over time, this mentorship became an essential part of training, reinforcing the idea that leadership extends beyond the cockpit. By prioritizing personal development alongside operational proficiency, the industry laid the groundwork for a future where competent leaders could proactively address challenges, ultimately ensuring safer skies for everyone. The time for change had arrived, as the industry recognized the collective responsibility to prioritize safety above all else. As we reflect on the changes sparked by the tragedy of Flight 5428, it's crucial to acknowledge that the journey towards safer skies is an ongoing commitment. The lessons learned will forever shape the landscape of aviation, ensuring that safety remains paramount in all operations. Together, we can honor those lost by fostering a culture of vigilance and accountability, paving the way for a brighter,